Buy number 106. $1 billion. All stretch. Zero common stock. Strategy just crossed 100,000 Bitcoin bought in 2026 alone, and they're on pace to hit 1 million total. Grab your coffee and strap in. Here's the buy. Strategy acquired approximately 14,000 Bitcoin between April 6th and April 12th at an average price of around $72,000 per coin. Just over $1 billion deployed. Their total holdings now stand at 781,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And here's what makes this week extraordinary. Zero common stock. Zilch. Nada. No strike. No strife. No stride. 100% stretch. Just over $1 billion ported straight from fixed income into Bitcoin. Pristine digital capital bought by people who know their fiat is a melting ice cube. And that's what the stretch engine looks like at full throttle. Let's talk about what STRC did this week, because it was something to watch. 5 straight days, $100 par. It didn't flinch. Monday through Friday, Stretch held its peg through $1 billion plus of issuance. The demand has been absolutely insatiable. And here's what's coming. April 15th, tax day, is the STRC ex-dividend date. That means today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, we should see 2 more massive days of volume as income investors position ahead of the cutoff. Watch the tracker at bitcointreasuries.net and on X. It's going to be a show. On top of that, Apyx has $131 million of apxUSD in supply now. They're the stablecoin yield token that is gobbling up Stretch and tokenizing it for a massive pool of investors that can't access U.S. capital markets. And that capital is flowing straight into Stretch. More demand, more buyers, the same peg. Everybody wants a piece of Stretch. To put 14,000 Bitcoin into perspective, that's the entire Bitcoin treasury of Strive. One of the most conviction-driven Bitcoin treasury companies in the space. Strategy bought their entire stack in 1 week, and it was funded entirely by preferred equity. The scale difference is staggering. You tell this to any TradFi bro, and it's going to blow his mind. Here's a quick note on something big for the broader Bitcoin treasury movement. Metaplanet, which is Japan's leading Bitcoin treasury company, is now tradable on Robinhood under the ticker MPJPY. That's U.S. retail access to an international Bitcoin treasury company. More demand channels are opening up. The movement is going global in a very real way. Now here's the supply dynamics. This week, Strategy bought approximately 14,000 Bitcoin while miners produced only 3,150. That's 442% of weekly mine supply absorbed by one company. Year to date, 101 days into 2026, Strategy has accumulated 108,397 Bitcoin, while miners have produced 45,900. They're buying at 2.36 times the global mining rate. The supply vacuum sits at 62,000 plus Bitcoin, and it's growing. While the world debates the bear market, Strategy is the permanent bid on the other side. Every single week. Now let's zoom out for a second. Strategy has now bought over 100,000 Bitcoin in 2026 alone. We're 100 plus days into the year, and at this weekly pace, Strategy is on track to acquire roughly 390,000 Bitcoin this year. They're on a trajectory to cross 1 million Bitcoin later this year. 1 million Bitcoin. That's 5% of the total supply ever in the hands of one company. Saylor said it, and the math is starting to confirm it. Here's what I'm watching. 1. STRC volume today and tomorrow ahead of the April 15th ex-dividend. These could be 2 of the biggest days of the year. 2. Does the peg hold through the ex-dividend and reset cleanly for the next cycle? Maybe there'll be a few days of lower volume. 3. Metaplanet on Robinhood. Watch the U.S. retail volume on Metaplanet this week. This is the first real data point on American appetite for international Bitcoin treasury stocks. 4. Does Strategy come back with another mega buy in Q2, or do we see a pacing week while Stretch reloads post ex-dividend? Buy 106 is in the books. 14,000 Bitcoin, $1 billion, all Stretch. We've got 781,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet for Strategy. Over 100,000 Bitcoin bought in 2026. If you're not bullish, you better be. That supply vacuum keeps on growing. If you found this valuable, smash the like button and subscribe for real-time tracking of every Bitcoin treasury company on the planet. Visit bitcointreasuries.net and subscribe to the newsletter. The link is in the description, and don't forget to stay orange. I'll see you next Monday.